So Algorand has continued to make some moves to the upside, and you can see that we ended up tapping into this region that I mapped out in my previous video, which is the Y wave target, which is this wave here. And this Y wave typically retraces anywhere between 1 to 1.236 of the W wave, which is this one here, where I'm currently tracking a WXY structure. And within this Y wave, I've been tracking a 5-wave move, where this is the wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And what you can see is we ended up seeing the wave 4 play out, where we ended up reaching 19.71 cents, and then we saw a push to the upside to complete the 5th wave, where we ended up reaching 20.73 cents. And that then completed the 3rd wave, which is this one here. And that was then followed by this 4th wave to the downside. And it looks like Algo is now within the 5th wave, where we could reach that 1.236 to 1.618 retracement of the 4th wave. And so here you can see that Algorand has the potential to reach anywhere between 20.87 cents to 21.11 cents. And we ended up actually tapping into that region where we ended up reaching 20.88 cents. And so it's possible that this move is now complete. And then we see that bounce to the downside. But I'm looking at for a final push to the upside where we could then potentially go slightly deeper within this range and then see that move to the downside. And the interesting thing is smart money concept is indicating that we have a weak high. And on the stochastic RSI, what you can see is we are within the oversold conditions. And so the bulls still have the momentum to continue to push the price of Algo towards this region here. And again, I will be looking out for Algo to tap into this region and then see that move to the downside. And one thing that I am also looking out for is for Algorand to reach that 1.618 retracement level. It's possible that we can do so, but of course it is possible that we ended up completing that move to the upside and then we set up bounce to the downside within this WXY structure. And if we do get that 5-wave move, given that we retrace that 1.618 retracement level, that would then trigger a 5-wave move where this would be the wave 1 as opposed to a W wave. And then we have a wave 2, and then we have a wave 3 that reaches the 1.618 retracement level. And then we see that wave 4 to the downside and then a final 5th wave move to the upside. If that is the case, then it's possible that the bottom is set at 17.72 cents and we continue to see those moves to the upside. But the flip side to that could be that we have this WXY structure that plays out. And so if I remove this, just so the chat's a little bit more clearer, and if I zoom out slightly, it's possible that the Y wave went slightly deeper towards that 17.72 cent mark. Like so, and then the X wave ended up playing out, made up of a WXY structure, which is what I'm currently tracking right now. And then we get to see that Z wave to the downside, where we then potentially even break that low at 17 cents. And should that be the case, this Z wave is typically a 1 to 1.226 retracement of the W wave. So if I bring this to you over here, bring that to the right position, you can see that Algo has the potential to reach anywhere between 16.1 cents to 16.92 cents. And so this target will need to be adjusted slightly, given that we have seen high highs. And so if I adjust this to this region, Algo still has the potential to tap into this range here. Now, if I go on the 4-hour chart, what you can see is we ended up actually getting rejected at the 200 DMA, which is slightly bearish. It's bullish and bearish at the same time. It's bullish in the sense that we saw that the bulls actually had the momentum to drive the price of Algo towards this region, but it's slightly bearish given the fact that we actually failed to find support. And again, it's possible that the WXY structure that I'm tracking is completed and we see that bounce to the downside. And so ideally, I'd like Algo to actually find support at that 200 DMA and then continue to see moves to the upside. But you can see that smart money concept is actually indicating that we have a strong high. And so we are slightly bearish. And despite on the hourly chart, this level at 17 cents is being signaled and showing up as having a strong low. On the 4-hour chart, what you can see is it's actually showing as a weak low. And so again, it's possible that we actually break this low and continue to see moves to the downside where we potentially tap into this region. And you can also see that on the stochastic RSI, we are within the overbought conditions, and so the bears could actually take control of the market and drive the price of Algo to lower lows. But if we do see that move to the downside, ideally, the best case scenario will be that we find support at the 50 EMA, which during the time of recording currently sits at 19.68 cents. And so, yeah, that's just my update on Algorand. Hopefully you find it useful. And if you did, then feel free to hit that like button. And if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.